Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by the Forge this evening. I got a special demonstration for you. I want to show you something here. So I'm always trying to communicate that what's unique about a Mars Fire knife is that it simultaneously holds together two aspects of a blade that are generally mutually exclusive. And that is the ability to cut very, very finely with the ability to take extreme amounts of abuse. So let me explain what I mean. Normally, if you want a knife that's going to cut really nice and fine, cut deep, cut well, just be comfortable and enjoy to use, because that's what a knife does, you cut with it. Generally, if you want something like that, you're going to have something like this, a Scandinavian grind, really, really fine, kind of feather thin, or even more so, something like a scalpel. And that's going to do great cutting. But when you smack this into a rock, try to baton it through a piece of steel, it's not going to hold up, right? The edge is going to chip. That's one of the prices you pay for having a nice fine edge. On the other end of the spectrum, you've got something like a big old K-bar here with a pretty thick, coarse grind, and it's not going to really cut as fine. It's going to be a little bit more of a hack job here when it comes to cutting. But the advantage you get is the edge isn't going to break as easily, right? Bounce off a rock, I can fix that. It's not really going to chip out so badly. So that's generally, you got to go with one or the other, the fine cutting or the durability. Well, what I have here and what I've done in my Mars Fire knife is make a knife that's going to cut finely like a Scandinavian grind and yet show a level of durability that even these thicker grinds don't accomplish. And if you don't believe me, stick around because I'm going to prove it right here with two unique tests. One to test the keenness of the edge and the other to test the durability of the edge. So stay with me. I think you're going to like what you see. All right, so to demonstrate this unique combination of keenness and durability, to test the keenness of the edge, I'm going to cut through a piece of paper while it's free falling through the air. It takes a very, very fine grind angle, a very, very sharp edge, and good edge geometry to be able to cut a free-falling piece of paper. That's the first test. Then I'm going to take the same knife and try to baton through a 1/4-inch steel rod. Now, your mind would tell you that an edge that is fine enough to cut through a free-falling piece of paper would probably chip if you put that same edge through a 1/4-inch piece of steel. Well, we're going to test that today and see if this knife is good enough to do both those things. So, the paper then. Cut cleanly in half. Let's just stack it up. Do all four together here for fun. Simple as could be. The knife then is clearly sharp enough to cut through a free-falling piece of paper. But will it ever be able to, with this edge, go through a piece of steel? Well, keep watching. We'll see. One more way I want to show the keenness, I know I use that word a lot, the fineness of this edge, is by making a little fire stick, a little feather stick for you here. So it's kind of the classic hallmark of a good outdoors kind of bushcrafting knife that you want to have an edge that is able to do what's called feather sticking or fire sticking, where you can just slice like this and you're radically increasing the surface area of the wood so that just a small spark will set it aflame. And you can use this to light other things on fire. Campfires we're talking here. So just something like that. The ability to do that with a knife shows that it's got a really nice edge. Now, you try something like that with a thin knife, like I said, yeah, you're gonna do a great job. The knife won't be as durable though. Try it with a thick knife, like a K-bar, and you're gonna run into some issues. It can't quite engage at the angle you need it to get really fine feathers. You can see how I'm kind of jumping around here, and it's not kind of buttery smooth. Well, that's because it's got to be angled like that before it even engages the material. Well, now for the fun part. You've seen that the edge is very fine and very sharp, enough to cut through a free-falling piece of paper, but now is it going to be durable enough to baton through a piece of steel, a 1/4 inch thick piece of steel? Well, let's watch, see what happens. Put it on there. Here we go. Okay. Notice our edge. There's no damage. It's totally fine. You can see where it went through. And where'd my pieces of steel go? We batoned right through there. So the edge that's able to cut a free falling piece of paper is also durable enough to baton right through a 1/4 inch piece of steel. And this edge really has not been affected. I can still cut nice and fine with the exact part of the knife that cut through the steel. That's only possible through an excellent heat treatment and a properly done convex grind. Been working on this for a long time, I've refined it to this point, and I'm just glad I can show you today how good, how well, how impressive your MarsFire knife will be able to perform. Nothing different about this knife. It's the same grind I do for all my knives, big ones and little ones. They're all going to be able to achieve this level of sharpness and keenness and durability. So I would love it if you'd like to comment on this video, let me know what you think about this. I think this is kind of a unique thing for a knife to be able to do. I don't know of a production knife, a factory-made knife that can do this, but maybe you do. Let me know if you want anything that could compete with this, because I like to buy knives and compete with them against my knives to prove just how good these are. Yeah, so feel free to comment down there. If you like this sort of thing, I've got other videos on my YouTube channel, and love to see you subscribed. Share the video if you know other knife guys who really like the technicality of knives and like to really get into it. And I got more things like this. I'll review various knives that I make. I'll continue to make more and show them on the channel. Love it if you check out my Instagram page. It's MarsFire Forge. And you'll see a lot of the work I've done there. And if you want anything you see on there, give me a private message and I can make something for you, or maybe make something custom like this. I'd love to do that. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments, and appreciate you guys watching. And again, just let me know how you're responding to a test of this sort with this knife, and if you know any other knives that you think might be able to do it as well. All right, have a good day.